Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. This is a special transmission where we are going to dissect the ruling that has come down from the Supreme Court about Article 370. To talk about this and also the precautionary measures that are being taken, let us welcome our guest, Sree RVS Mani. Maniji, Namaskaram and welcome to PGurus channel.
Thank you very much. Namaskaram to all listeners.
Maniji, see, it was known all along that Article 370 was a temporary measure. Yet it did not stop many people from filing, in the Supreme Court saying that this should be the abrogation was not legal. And now we have a ruling. Now, even as all this was happening, we heard rumors that Mehbooba Mufti and Omar Abdullah were placed under house arrest. Now we are seeing some denials of that also. Maniji, what is the reason for doing something of that nature, placing some of the leaders under house arrest? But before that, you can also weigh in on the Supreme Court's observations.
No, basically, the Supreme Court has confirmed that it is a temporary provision. I will just walk you through a little bit of background about it.
Yeah.
See, there was a myth which was being propagated that Article 370 requires this amendment and that amendment and all. That was not there because nobody had read it. Because I have suffered because of writing the truth on Article 370. I found myself posted to Bombay one fine morning and relieved and given the tickets to travel. That's all. So this is and this is something which has happened in 2010 when the interlocutors brief was being made. So Radha Kumar and 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘀𝘀 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘁 were supposed to be the interlocutors, and that is the background we knew because to that extent I know that it was a total myth which was being spread, a falsehood which was being spread, that Article 370 is omnibus, non-obstante, etc., which is absolute, and Kashmir is something exclusive. The exclusivism of Kashmir was being propagated because of certain reason. And when I really actually till 2010, before 2010, up to 2010 June, I was handling the counter-terrorism, but 2010, due to certain reason, I was asked to handle the Kashmir part of the story. In 2 months, I was sent packing because the entire myth around Article 370 I found was money making. It was a cash cow. It was a cash cow. You see the number of, during the UPA, Manmohan Singh would always not go for resolutory purposes, but you will always announce special packages for Kashmir, 5,500 crores, 26,000 crores, 55,000 crores, 80,000 crores. 4 packages are deployed in those days, in the 6-7 years of his ruling, and after that also it went on. And these special packages would land in the hands of contractors and certain political families of the Kashmir. Let us be brazen about it. I will file an affidavit. I will also dig out if you that it can be proven. And people have made millions and millions of dollars out of this. They have maintained, they can go and play golf in in London. They can maintain a separate household in London. Somebody gets her doctors. So where does the money come from? So this is the story of Article 370. That is one part of the story. There was another issue to it, that because under the Article 370, what happened was there was a sort of a cushion that the state government leaders, the political leaders, in hand in glove with Pakistan ISI, which was fomenting trouble here, could always give a shield to the militant squad, because militants would be given a certain level of sentence. Because this is important in the present context of 𝗤𝙗𝙀𝗻 which we are suffering today. NIA has raided on it. It is not one 𝗤𝙗𝙀𝗻. There are thousands of 𝗤𝙗𝙀𝗻s in Kashmir. But the question is, after that, they were Pakistani nationals. They would come, complete their sentence. The state government of this thing will officially not be able to send them because Pakistan will go for denial, although they will be going to their hometown. Lahore bus stand also somebody has been seen. I can assure you very certainly. But officially they will be neither Indian. Pakistan will deny their nationality. So this used to happen, and they would be ultimately put under a Public Safety Act, and thereafter they will allow to. Under Public Safety Act in the Jammu jail or the Srinagar jail, wherever it is, they will go and recruit more criminals into militancy. So these are all things which were happening under Article 370. The 2019 it has been removed. So this is a dynamics, this is a specific dynamics only insiders know. How the Article 370, it was not about, and the coffers being filled by the few political parties who are now coming out, and I do not know what their reactions have not come out, but there was allegedly lot of alert about their people crowding, and they are doing this rabble rousing after the Supreme Court was anticipated. Even now I say one thing, you set the public who have been kept under the spell of article, under the myth of article, by the spell, they have been under the spell of these three leaders. Ask them to raid their own house, let the public raid their house, see the amount of money they will get. That will be as good as I think 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘪. I can bet on it. So sir, that is how certain political leaders have made money, not just few families. The entire political leaders of those times who have been in several different positions. See, in 1984, let me recall, there was one chief minister who openly said that she had come to make money. And that was also a triggering of a fresh spate of militancy. So I have done study of Kashmir like a back of my mind in just 3 months of time. So these are all factors. Money was being plundered under the garb of articles. That stopped only after 2019. Let us be very clear about it. Now that system has been confirmed, the very edifice has crumbled down about the separate Kashmir and exclusivity of Kashmir. And another very important point is, now it will be very easier for us to, the Honorable Prime Minister and the Home Minister have been saying about that recent rules bill which was introduced in the Parliament. Honorable Home Minister had said that he is now nominating people, and later on we will also have POK as our own. This also paves the way of integration of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which was unnecessarily and unethically gifted by the Honorable First Prime Minister, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, to Pakistan, to back into integration into the Indian Kashmir. And there will be one single Kashmir, no Article 370, and we will have a larger Kashmiri diaspora with a single Kashmir, with 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪, Pakistan and POK all integrated into one. That is my take on this. Actually, I'm very happy today that whatever, because I think in 2018, I was the first person when I said Article 370 doesn't require a constitutional amendment. 1,000 people used to say, this fellow is a mad fellow, he has gone lunatic. Many congressmen, Congress spokesmen, one in one particular place had said, you are mad fellow, you have gone lunatic. I think Alok Sharma or somebody. I don't want to take the name. So this is the situation. Now that point has been confirmed. Integration of POK and 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 Pakistan into Article. I am not making any surmises or guesswork or anything. It is all based on fact. Now integration of POK and 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 Pakistan integration has a very, very major advantage to combating militancy in India. So one of the major pit heads of Pakistan pumping resources and men for militancy and terrorism into India is now covered up. With Punjab also getting quite strong, getting fenced out. So it will be much difficult. They have to go necessarily through the coastal route. And coastal security, we are building our bridges very strongly. So that is what I wanted to say. Larger security imperative also, it is extremely good that Article 370 was removed, because if you go to the history of militancy in India, history of terrorism in India, it has always started from the Kashmir first. The Kashmiri was the first militant state. The Kashmiri Muslims were the first militants in the India, in a very largely peaceful hinterland. But now these are all, we walk through it. So this is a very watershed movement for us. We should celebrate on this day. Thank you.
Sir, RVS Mani ji, I have a couple of observations, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, sir. As per the Jammu and Kashmir constitution, the chief minister kept his house or her house for life.
That has been changed.
Now, sir, but see, the point I am trying to come to, just hear me out, sir. They say that if you break down the walls of some of these houses, you will see nothing but cash. And
that's what
on top of that, this, I don't know how many of our viewers will remember, Omar Abdullah, he has divorced his Hindu wife, 𝗤𝗑𝘁. And you know what he said? I refuse to pay alimony. What a rascal, sir. What a rascal. I mean, the guy has money coming out of his ears and mouth and face, and you don't want to pay alimony? What kind
Not
of a
only
nasty
alimony,
piece of work is this?
education of his own sons.
Yeah, he doesn't want to pay for education of his sons also. Sir, these people have zero respect. In fact, have negative respect for them. Viewers, these are the facts. Many of us just trying to kind of gloss over it, but you have to catch them by the short hair whenever they make mistakes like this. RVS Maniji, what the heck is going on? Why isn't anybody getting angry about this? Poor lady doesn't have money to support her children.
See, I will tell you one thing. See, the money-making business only, there was an excellent DG, those days DGP, called Mr. 𝗒𝙑𝗂𝘀. When this was flagged by me, separately initiated an issue, and 21 separatist leaders' holdings, asset holdings were mapped in 2010. And it would put a medium-level industrialist in the mainland to shame. That was the holding of petrol pump in house cars and this and hotels and resorts in Ajmer and I don't know what not. And the UPA did not act. Manmohan Singh's Sarkar did not act on that information. It was only after 2015 the ball was set rolling. They updated the information, and if you see 2017, when the 21 separatist leaders were raided and their assets were brought to out by the NIA, the percentage 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙪 would have been put to shame. That was the level of assets they seized, including certain traders of the Muzaffarabad, the Srinagar free trade route. So everybody was making money. The separatism was basically an industry for them. Separatist leaders like Mirwais Farooq or Yasin Malik or Gilani or Masood Azhar. Now, there is a very interesting thing. Even now we are facing it. Every day you find the Honorable Lieutenant Governor is dismissing some people, X, Y, Z and all. There is a very basic issue about it. Masood Azhar's rule was ruling the roost during the Article 370 days, and his word was he was more powerful than the Public Service Commission. He could recommend people to jobs in Jammu and Kashmir government, and that huge backlog was there. That is what the governor, every time he detects somebody, he simply shows that door. But because you cannot approve the entire staffing, because I think over a period of 25 years, he had ruled. Everybody who has been recruited was from the recommendation of Masood Azhar, the biggest person. And now we will find that these people are being flushed out. Now governor will have much more autonomy. I am Lieutenant Governor, and more people will be allowed. And this paves the way for now delimitation, assembly elections. Everything will be much more valid in the given circumstances. That there is no Supreme Court issue hanging on Article 370, and it is closed for once for all. That are all very takeaways from this excellent decision today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. This was a special transmission. We just wanted to bring in Mr. RVS Mani. Sir, before we go, when did you get back from Mumbai, sir? How did that happen?
That was a different story that I was posted in Central Board of Film Certification. I have written about it in my book, Myth of Hindu Terror. That there was some movie some politician wanted to see, and I said constitutionally he is not entitled. So that is the reason I was sent back. So it all happened like that. Right. So I one kick on the back I landed in Mumbai. Another kick from there on the back. I came back to Delhi. So that is how it happened.
Wonderful, sir. That story had a good ending. Thank you very much, Mani.
Thank you.
And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Namaskar.
Namaskar.